You waiting for Daddy? I'm going into town this morning to return the Nikon, the little Nikon, and to pick up the original Lumix that I had. And the other thing is, I now have to sort out the garden for Jasper's birthday party. Granny's coming later, thank goodness. Yeah, very busy day. Better go this way. That was close. I almost forgot my coffee. That's better. A Tesla. Yeah, the Tesla in front. Is this camera going to work for us?
No.
Oh, I hope it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Right, Jazzy, we're home, and the good news is this camera is definitely staying because it's open. And the bad news is, despite setting the home region as the US, I'm still stuck in either 25 or 50 frames. But you know what? This faff has gone on long enough. I am just going to make this camera work. Okay, so in honour of my new camera, and to give it a decent test, although it doesn't really matter whether I test it or not because I've got to keep it, I am going to shoot the rest of this vlog post using it, and then we will see, and hopefully we will not have any audio sync issues or quality issues or sound issues or any kind of issue. Hopefully it will be perfect. I wonder what the sound's going to be like because I've got one micro muff on here and not the other. Micro muff, is that what it's called? Oh yes. Micro muff. Second one's coming in a minute. The micro muffs are attached. This camera now looks ridiculous. Well, it's glorious weather, and in 2 days' time, Jasper is having his birthday. So, I have been requested, sort out the garden. You know, all the sorting out the garden requires two things. Firstly, it is definitely serious glasses time, and secondly, I need Granny to turn up so that there's somebody here to actually look after Jasper whilst I do the mowing. And then I'm going to talk about the basics of car charging, and the other thing we're going to do, hopefully, is prove once and for all that the new micro muffs that I have fitted to this camera actually do make a difference and cut out some of this wind noise. In fact, I'm going to go check that as soon as I've got the mower out. Hello, you're here finally. Okay, so I'm going to go get my cables from the CHAdeMO, the trusty Type 2, and the domestic cable, wall socket, plug thingy. EVs would go a lot further. They didn't have to carry all these cables around. Whoa, check this out. Handy. Do some exercise while I'm at it. So this is quite special, to be honest. More or less, it's the only one in existence. I don't mean this particular CHAdeMO adapter is the only one in existence. What I mean is that this is about, as far as I know, in fact Tesla I think are the only EV manufacturer that actually makes adapters for their cars. I've heard from a reliable source that the DC input into a Tesla Model S in Europe actually comes from 2 sets of pins out of these 7 that you can see here. So what this has to do is convert between the 2 main DC pins that go in here, and has to sort of split the power up and translate between the connection protocol that Tesla use and the one that CHAdeMO uses. I should also just mention all batteries are DC, so one way or the other the power has to go into the battery as direct current. Now with something like this, it is the big box that hums and whirs by the side of the road that does the converting between AC and DC. But when you plug into an AC source, like with this Type 2 cable here, then what you're doing is you're sending alternating current into the car, and the car's onboard chargers are converting that into the direct current for the battery. Now, that doesn't explain why this cable, which is also heavy, has got 7 pins. Well, it's got 7 pins because it's a smart cable. Well, the cable isn't smart, but the connection is smart. So the charger in the car communicates with the what's called EVSE, or electric vehicle supply equipment, which is in this case the charge post. And the charge post talks to the car, and the car talks to the charge post, and between the two of them they work out how much power the car can handle and whether it's actually safe to start the charging process, and also when to stop it and all that sort of thing. And now we move on to something sort of slightly less smart. Well, one end of it is less smart anyway. So here, dangling on the end there, you see a UK domestic plug, and on the other end, one of those Type 2 things we were just talking about. So I tell you what, I'm just going to put this on the ground. So with this cable, this bit is obviously just a dumb plug. You plug it in, power comes out. If you cut the cord here, you could use the electricity that comes down this plug and cable to power your toaster or whatever else you want to power. But once it goes into this box here, this box is actually the EVSE, because what it does is this talks to the onboard chargers in the car and negotiates the power transfer through this plug here. So from here to the car is smart connection, and from here to the wall is the dumb connection, which is why they keep this bit small, and they advise that you only use these things in emergencies, because if somebody was to accidentally chop this or unplug it whilst it was in action, there could be some arcing. Certainly you wouldn't want to cut it. That would be a big mistake. Cutting this would be a big mistake too. And on this particular one, you can see it's actually possible to set the current that you want to put into the car. Now there is a third device, which is the Tesla UMC. Now I'm not going to bother going to unplug it. It's the sort of alien looking thing with the green light that goes down the middle, but it basically works exactly the same way as the household socket one that I just showed you a minute ago. Now I have to think about doing this garden. I don't particularly want to have a 3-year-old's birthday party on this lawn, and I'm pretty sure the 3-year-olds wouldn't want to have a birthday party on it either. I need to get a robo mower, I really do. That has got to be the solution. I don't know how it'll handle the slope and drop and general obstacles around my lawn, and also I can't afford one, but if I could, a robo mower. That's what I need. A solar powered robo mower. Ooh. So I've swapped back to my Canon 70D just to sort of give you this little outro, because it occurred to me that if I don't actually mix the footage between the new camera and other cameras, then I won't necessarily get that same audio syncing issue that I'm trying to fix. Hello, Jazzy. Ah, got a jasper on my leg. Ah. That probably means that I need to go and have some food or something like that. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog post. I still have a jasper on my leg. Oh no, he's gone. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it and share it and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye! Ah! You're a maniac down there, aren't you? Okay, how much sugar have you had today? What do you think of the haircut on my new camera?
I love it.
It's good, isn't it?
How did you do it?
Micro muffs.